Okay, let's talk about something that can literally make or break your exam results. We're going to master the art of the explanation. And trust me, it is an absolute game changer. Ugh, isn't that just the most frustrating feeling? You walk out of an exam, you're feeling great, you think you're totally nailed a question, only to get the paper back and see you've lost marks on something you knew inside and out. If that sounds familiar, I have some really good news. The fix is surprisingly simple. So here's the deal. The problem usually comes down to falling into what I call the explain trap. It's a classic mistake, but I promise once you see it, you will never, ever fall for it again. It's kind of crazy, but the entire issue, the source of all those lost marks, often boils down to how we interpret one single word in the question. And that word is explain. This slide right here, this is the heart of the matter. When we see the word explain, our first instinct is just to, info dump all the facts we've memorized onto the page. But that's not what they're looking for. A true explanation isn't about what happens, it's about why or how it happens. It's all about connecting the dots. This is the mindset you've got to get into. Think about it from their side. Markers aren't trying to test your memory. They're trying to measure your comprehension. I mean, anyone can memorize a fact, right? But explaining the logic behind it, that's what shows you truly get the material. So, how do we give them what they want? Well, it's with a simple, completely foolproof structure I like to call the three-part answer. And here it is. It really is that easy. First, you start with a clear, direct point. That's your fact. Then, and this is the magic part, you explain how or why that point is true. Finally, you just wrap it all up with a neat little bow by linking your explanation back to the original question. Point, explain, link. Simple. Now, to build out that crucial second step, the how or the why, you need a little secret weapon, connector words. Using words like because, this causes, or this allows actually forces you to give a reason, not just state a fact. Think of them as trigger words for an awesome explanation. All right, enough theory. Let's put this into practice. It's one thing to talk about the structure, but it's another thing to see it in action. Let's look at a super clear example. Okay, just look at the difference here. On the left, plants need water. Yeah, it's a fact. It's true. But so what? Now look at the right. That's the whole story. We get the why. Water is needed to move nutrients around and keep the cells strong, which allows the plant to grow. That is a full mark answer. Let's break that down with our structure. What's the point? Plants need water. What's the reason? Because it transports nutrients and keeps cells firm. And the link back? Which allows the plant to grow properly. See? It's a perfect, logical chain that leaves no questions unanswered. To really, really master this, let's take one final step and get inside the head of the person who's actually grading your paper. If you can think like the marker, you can write exactly what they're looking for. Your marker basically has a mental checklist. Is the main idea correct? Check. Is there a clear explanation of why? Check. And are the ideas all connected in a way that makes sense? Check. Your job is just to make it easy for them to tick all three of those boxes. And this is a big one, so listen up. Forget this idea that you need to write a massive paragraph to get all the marks. You just don't. A short, clear, and logical answer will beat a long, rambling page of text every single time. It's all about precision over volume. So here is your final mental check. Before you put your pen down for any explain question, just pause for a second. Ask yourself these two simple things about your own answer. Did I actually say why this happens? Did I show how this works? If you can confidently say yes to both, you're golden. So if you take just one thing away today, let it be this. Your answer isn't finished until you've answered why. That's the secret ingredient. The why is what turns a simple fact into a full-blown explanation. So from now on, don't even think about being done until you've included it. Now go ace that next exam.